Yo, what's up, guys? YouTube video. I know I don't really ever post on here, but just decided that I want to drop some knowledge now. It's 1:30 a.m. I was like, fuck it, let me just do a little video. But I just want to give some advice on, what I've learned, drop some knowledge on what I've been through this whole past 6 months and what I've learned. Because if anything, I say these past 6 months, I've probably learned the most about myself and about life in general, and I probably changed the most for the better just off these past 6 months that I never thought I could. And essentially, let me bring you guys back to October. Back in October, I got cheated on, and it was like a 2-year relationship, my first relationship ever. Met in high school, everything, gone through college, shit like that. And pretty much, it was probably the worst time of my life, I'd say, just because, I was at my heaviest. I was weighing like 210. I spent pretty much the whole past 2 years with this one person and put all my energy into this one person, and, just didn't pan out. And, it was fine. Everything happens for a reason. But at that moment, it was killing me. Like, straight up, every day, could not get my mind off it. Had that sinking feeling in my stomach, and I felt the feeling of FOMO every time, you know what I mean? And, when you, in that situation, most people do what I'm about to tell you, which is just, like, find ways to cope with it, whether that be drugs, alcohol, going out, just being very self-destructive, and that's the path I was pretty much on. Then, I just remember one night, it was just really, really hard, and I just prayed to God. I was just like, I didn't really think too much of it, but I was like, God, just like, please stop this. Like, I just want this to stop, just stop feeling this way. Just like, just stop, and didn't think too much of it, like I said. And I just remember, like, it was just one day. I don't know if it was the same week or next week, but I just remember I was driving to the gym one day, and I just felt like this wave just went over my head, I just got this whole wave of mental clarity. It was insane. It was just like, I remember I was just driving. I just looked at the sky. I was like, whoa. And just the feeling that I had, the pain, all that just went away for like, it just went away for me. And I was like, what the hell? It's like, this is the best feeling. I just felt so great at that moment. And ever since that moment, I just switched up my mentality, When something bad happens to me, I don't really dwell too much up on it. I'm always, this is what I think now. I just say, it could always be worse. Somebody's going through something worse. And guess what? Next week, I'm not even going to care about this. And it's true. That's how I've been doing things now. And I've been overall a happier person. I've been positively thinking about myself. I stopped doubting myself. I stopped, saying negative things about myself, and all I've been saying is positive things about myself. I'm always like, damn, looking better. What if, like, when people start doing something like, shit, what if I fail? What if this doesn't work out? Shit like that. I just started saying, what if this does work out? What if I do win? And then it switches up to, when is this gonna work? When am I gonna win? It's never if now, you know what I mean? And it's just like a whole new wave of thinking about myself. And you just gotta apply this to life. Most people, they just, like, when they're faced with adversity, they just either let that shit consume them, put them in a worse spot than what they were already in. In reality, when you face adversity, that's a test. And guess what? The only way to win is to not let it affect you, and you become a better person. You just look at adversity in the face and you just punch it in the mouth. That's the best way to go about it. And that's how I've been dealing with life. And it's been going great. Whenever I walk into a room, instead of me being the socially awkward guy that I used to be, not say anything, not introduce myself, I go in there and I'm the loudest. I'm like, yo, what's up, guys? I'm James, this, that, I'm always like that. I always introducing myself first. Whenever I'm out and I see it, I'm just walking on the street and I see a person, I'm like, yo, what's up? Something like that. I'm just like more outgoing, you know what I mean? And I just like decide to be just like, I don't know, I want to be a light, you know what I mean? I want people to like see me, view me, and then understand that, holy shit, this guy's cool, you know what I mean? And it's not that I care about their opinion, it's just that I want to leave a lasting impression on the person that's positive, And that's how I've been doing it. And it's been helping me a lot. And that's pretty much what I gotta say. It's just like, don't be thinking negatively all the time. Don't let all that shit get into your head, because in reality, it's just making the situation worse, and it's gonna make you worse as a person. When I started being more positive, everything in my life changed for the better, and I even started looking better, you know, because I was doing this routine. I was doing positive things. I'm telling you, everything has to be positive, and guess what? It changes you for the better. 100%. I used to weigh 210. I'm at 180 now. Fucking shredded. And you can look at my videos, bro. And I was posting some videos back in December. You can see me. But I'm just like being a happy person, bro. That's all it is. It's all in your fucking head. Everything around you is in your head. It's all about perspective, you know. Two people can see a rainy day as a bad thing. But guess what? A third person can see it as a great thing. You know what I mean? What the fuck did 50 Cent say? He said sunny days wouldn't look good without rain, some shit like that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know? Just change your mentality and start speaking things positively. Speak that shit into existence, because I'm telling you, manifestation, your words do have power. That shit is so true. Stop saying negative things about yourself, because guess what? They're going to come out true. Start saying positive shit. And guess what? If you're saying something positive, you're like, damn, that's too dumb. Nah. You're already losing, bro. Self-doubt's you're already losing the battle, man. Just start saying shit. Stop doubting yourself and just know that you're a winner. That's all I gotta say. Peace out, guys.